It sounds like our conversations with virtualization admins sort of affected the direction we took with this set of capabilities.
Absolutely.
So how do we get into it?
So for VMan, one of the things that we noticed is that once you actually set up vSAN, again, you're not in charge of actually just sitting there watching it and just looking at it every day. So you want this to be integrated into your everyday workflows. You want to be able to just do what you normally do and see vSAN data along the way. We actually took that into account in the feature that we provided in VMan, and you can see that by the fact that there isn't actually anything that is specifically screaming at you, vSAN, here's an vSAN overview tab, or here's a whole bunch of vSAN. You'll see hints of it sprinkled all over the place, but we recognize that there are places that you expect to see this data. You don't need to go out of your way to see another siloed page that's not related to anything else to get that data. So here we are. We've got the VM summary page right here. There's a couple of places that you'll see hints of vSAN. A couple of places are that if you have any health checks that are actually triggered on your vSAN, those alarms and those checks, we will actually integrate and show you that that virtual SAN cluster is having some problems and give you some information about that. So you can see the disk health here is in a failed state, and there's something wrong here with this vSAN. So this is one entry point that you can say, okay, well, this is a vSAN, and as I hover over it, you can see that vSAN is enabled, and you can see the overall cluster capacity. That's important information to know, because again, you want to keep an eye out on the ratio of use capacity versus what's left. We also have some other ways to get into this. You can also do a search if you want to as well. Search is available, but also as part of your normal flow, you can look at your entire inventory, and I happen to know that this is a vSAN cluster. So I'm just going to jump into it. And here, again, you see all of the default data, but then sprinkled amongst your normal workflow is some data about your use capacity. We also will be able to detect if you're using deduplication and compression on an all-flash storage. And if that's the case, then we will give you some extra information here. This is also fully supported for our AppStack feature and mini AppStack. So here, again, you don't see anything that screams vSAN, I'm a vSAN.
It's like line item.
Yeah, our virtual admins have told us pretty clearly that there's a couple of places that they expect to see this data. It's either at the vSAN cluster level because they've configured it for business use cases, or at the actual data store level, because if you look in vSphere client, that's also where they're going to expect to see that data. So we basically did the same thing. Here we can see that our vSAN data store is having some really bad issues. There's some problems, it's running out of capacity, and this is something that a virt admin is going to have to go deal with immediately, because otherwise there are virtual machines, they're going to have resyncing due to the failover. Currently, I know that this vSAN data store is happening here and showing you that it's not in a good state, but we don't actually have the ability to show you the resyncing because it's actually happening too fast to show for this demo.
We have really good synchronization. However, I think we've got a screen, so we'll put that up on the screen here for a second. But that would be what the resync would look like if you didn't have such amazing systems that we're lucky enough to have here.
Our network is awesome.
Our network
is really good tools.
Fabulous, right.
Another important thing to note too is that we've also put in these top 10 virtual guests, because really it's nice to know that your vSAN is running out of capacity, but what you really care about is how is it affecting my VMs. So what are the top VMs that are showing latency according to vSAN? We show you right here, and you can put this on any custom views that you have, anything that you want to put that alongside, you can use that. So we're going to jump right over into the storage here. So the nice thing again is, even though we're not trying to overwhelm you with an overview of vSAN, we do call out this is performance data that is being reported by the vSAN for this cluster. And you can do correlation here to see that something's going on at this time frame. And what's also nice about this is I did mention that that vSAN is integrated into AppStack. Well, this is also integrated into Performance Analyzer. And so if you click here on this hyperlink, you can see that we're going to preload a Performance Analyzer project for you. So this just gets you started with a template right away with important vSAN information. You can open this up, you can see that we have all the relationships of everything that's applicable and related to this vSAN. It's a simple matter of just opening up, clicking on some statistics, putting it alongside, and you're off to the races. What's even nicer is that you can save something like this as a performance project. And, well, at that point, what's great about this is you can now put this on any views that you want to put. So if I were to go to my summary page, which you probably wouldn't do, but if you wanted to, you could, all you have to do is do a simple search here. And you can see that the project that I saved is available. I can drag and drop it. And now I have my vSAN data on my custom views.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's been something that a lot of folks have been asking when we talk to them at conventions or at the SolarWinds user groups. You know, they've really asked for the perf stack data to be more portable and able to be placed in different areas for use. That's fantastic.
Okay, so the only thing left to show you after that amazing perf stack revelation that we just had there is that also we know that only showing data at the cluster level is not the complete picture. So we do have data available for you at the data store level as well, and this is where you can see the use capacity breakdown, because when you look at the full amount of storage that's being taken up by the vSAN, there is a fair amount of overhead that's actually happening because it is software. Software is actually running this, maintaining it, and doing all of the resync activity, and that's important information for you to know. There might be a failover happening, there might be resyncs that are occurring, and in that case, you're going to want to look at, well, how much of this is actually just the overhead of having a software do all of the storage management for me, and that information is at your fingertips.
Wow.
Slick.
Again, I think that for folks who are familiar with vSAN, this is going to be a really welcome addition. But for sort of accidental vSAN administrators, people who might have it thrust upon them, it at least gives you an idea of what it is and how to deal with it at that introductory level, at that entry level.